Bulan 2 saya Tolu FM, 62 Raki-Raki.
Bula FM 62 Inosor.
Go etabo ke buat sekolah Bula FM nga.
Bula FM 62 Korbu.
Bula FM 62 Sawa.
Bula FM 62 Lotoka. Bula.
62 Bula FM member.
Bula FM
62 NSR in Singapore.
Total talitak na warong ng Bula FM Lotoka.
Du ali akar warong Bula FM 62 NSR.
Bula FM 62 NSR.
Tonight, SODELPA announces 46 names for September election. And the Immigration Department sends teams overseas to renew passports. A warm welcome to our viewers this evening. I'm Amrita Priyadarshini and this is FBC News. Workers at the Fiji Sugar Corporation will receive a 5% pay increase. Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama relayed the good news to FSC staff at its Sports Day in Lautoka today. Christopher Chand reports.
Not too long ago, the Fiji Sugar Corporation was in a financial mess. Now it's making healthy profits and workers are getting a piece of the pie.
In our next pay packet, every worker for the FSC is going to get a pay rise of 5% backdated to the 1st of January of this year.
Although the full report hasn't been published yet, the FSC has posted sound financial performance for 2013.
It is in the handout, you've earned it. It's an acknowledgement of the hard work you put in last season. You helped us make the reforms that were needed to put sugar on the proper footing, and now you are reaping the rewards.
Our financial year finished on the 31st of May. We've done the face cut. We've done reasonably well during that financial year, and as staff, they deserve to also be part of the rewards that's there.
The decision means the corporation will fork out an additional $1.5 million to pay the increase in wages for its entire staff. And looking back at all the financial problems that you've had in past years.
Yeah, it's been some challenging times, and I can remember when we didn't even have enough money to pay our staff. That was how bad it got until government stepped in.
In July last year, FSC workers received a similar pay rise. The new wages couldn't have come at a better time with the start of the new crushing season in Lambasa next Wednesday. Christopher Chand, FBC News.
The Social Democratic Liberal Party has today announced 46 names to contest under the SODELPA banner once they are vetted by the Elections Office. Chanel Sivan reports.
These are the 46 people joining the race for a place in Parliament. Social Democratic Liberal Party leader Rote Mumukepa told the supporters these men and women were selected on merit and qualifications.
I am very proud of the caliber of our lineup. The people of Fiji can feel confident that they are worthy representatives to look after their interests in Parliament. Today, they receive their commission and call to service from SODELPA. It is a summons to national duty, and they march under the SODELPA banner. But their mission is to serve all the people.
Some of the provincial nominees include Ratu Nengama Lalambalavu, Viliame Ngavoka, and Sitiveni Lotho. Ratu Chone Kumambola, Dr. Tupeni Mbamba, Dr. Mere Samisoni, and former Minister for Local Government, Colonel Samu Samatua, lead the list of urban nominees.
Ladies and gentlemen, we had over 100 applicants. They were interviewed over a period of several weeks by a selection committee. The committee worked on a point system linked to criteria designed to assist the party in its decisions. Hard choices, ladies and gentlemen, had to be made because of the overall high quality of the contenders.
There are 5 nominees in the national list: Mick Bados, Abdul Shahim Davalevu, Sushil Sudhakar, Nirmal Singh, and George Shivraj.
I would like to be focusing on women issues, or the development or the empowerment of women, particularly in the development of women in leadership. In that I mean developing women to be more politically active.
I was approached by 1 or 2 parties, and they were there were suggestions that were made to me. I decided to go with SUDALPA at the end of the day.
Any reason you joined this party? What different is this?
I was just exercising my right to choose. I chose SUDALPA because I thought it went with what I felt we should be doing in the next government that is going to come in.
I think it's very important that to understand that we are all different. We subscribe to different religion. We are different culture, different tradition. But we must find unity in diversity. We are diverse. This country has diverse group of people, and we must find unity in diversity.
Another 4 names will be announced later. The party manifesto will be launched in July, looking at issues of unemployment, reinstating the Great Council of Chiefs, and improving the health sector. Chanel Shivan, FBC News.
The Immigration Department will be sending teams overseas to allow Fijians to renew their passports and apply for dual citizenship. Director Major Nemani Vuniwaga says there are thousands of people with expired passports who can take advantage of this service. Edwin Nund reports many of them haven't been able to register for the 2014 election.
The first team leaves for Australia on Monday for 3 days, receiving and vetting applications for passport renewals and dual citizenship.
This is in line with the exercise that the elections office taking place in terms of registering Fijian nationals for the upcoming elections.
Other teams will leave for New Zealand, the United States, United Kingdom and Canada once dates are confirmed. Major Nemani Vuniwaga says this new approach will be a huge relief to many former residents.
There's a lot of Fijian nationals who are living abroad are finding it hard to get their applications here to the department. And that is why we're sending out teams abroad in order to have the applications accepted, vetted.
The Elections Office has also reported many people had to be turned away during the overseas registration because of expired passports.
In the past registrations, they've experienced that there's a minimal figure for those that have already registered because of the fact that they do not have valid passports. It is a requirement for all Fiji citizens abroad to have a valid passport in order for them to register, and that is why we're taking these. We're working on this exercise.
In New Zealand alone, there are 30,000 Fijians. All applicants will have to pay the usual costs and meet all requirements. Edwin Nund, FBC News.
Coming up after the break, police sort out election plans with FICAC.
Talita na Radio Fiji One na mwirani nono bonua.
Ando talita kana borrongo na Radio Fiji One singa toka boleta ni station ni Almatua.
Ando talita ka bale una borrongo na Radio Fiji One station ni Almatua lo toka.
Ando talita ka bale una borrongo na Radio Fiji One mandi na station ni Almatua.
Au tuko Corvo. Ando borrongo leve na station ni Almatua na Radio Fiji One. Ando borrongo na Radio Fiji One na station ni Almatua na mandoi tele.
Na Radio Fiji One nando moi vitin bonga ni BNN.
Welcome back to FBC News. The Fiji Police Force is expected to meet with FICAC to clarify the roles each organisation will play in the September 17th elections. Police Chief of Operations ACP Rusiate Tunravu says while the roles of the two organisations have been stipulated in the electoral decree, there are areas they will need to cooperate. Vasita Kotewasawasa reports.
The Fiji Police Force will step in to assist with any situation on the ground should the need arise during the elections.
This is one of the areas that has been highlighted during the discussion between the Supervisor of Election and the Commissioner of Police. I've already discussed with the Supervisor of Election just to get the FICAC so that we can meet and then clarify all this thing out. We should be meeting sometimes next week, if possible. The Supervisor of Election is arranging that, just for us to have a better understanding on what role that the police will play, and also from the FICAC in terms of investigation.
Tunravu says even though under the electoral decree there is no need to have a police officer at every polling station, they will have an officer close by.
However, we have planned accordingly to post police officers at polling venues. That they are near to the presiding officers and the team. Should there be any incidents happen on the ground, they don't have to call the police stations they have the police officers that are available just to attend to any complaints that are there. So the police officers will be posted at the various polling venues.
Tundravu says once they meet with FICAC and clarify issues regarding their role during elections, police will have a better idea of how to prepare for polling day. Apart from providing security at the polling centers, the police force will also need to be ready for its day-to-day operation and other emergencies that may arise. Wasita Kote Wasawasa, FBC News.
Still to come in sports, Flying Fijians outclass Tonga in PNC.
Talita na Radio Fiji One na mwirani nonda bonua.
Ando talita kana borrongo na Radio Fiji One singa toka mboletani station ni Alumatua.
Ando talita kabale una borrongo na Radio Fiji One station ni Alumatua ilo toka.
Ando talita kabale una borrongo na Radio Fiji One mandi na station ni Alumatua.
Au tuko Corvo. Ando borrongo leve na station ni Alumatua na Radio Fiji One. Ando borrongo na Radio Fiji One na station ni Alumatua na mandoi tele.
Welcome to FBC Sports. The Vodafone Flying Fijians put on a superb showing to defeat Tonga 45-17 at Churchill Park in Lautoka. Wingers Watisoni Votu and Sireli Mbombo scored 2 tries apiece, with Nemani Nandolo and Domenico Wanganimburotu also dotting down. Nandolo was outstanding in the kicking department with 100% accuracy rate. The Crusaders winger scored a try, a penalty and 6 successful conversions for a personal tally of 20 points. The visitors managed 2 tries and a penalty. Tomorrow morning, FBC TV will show the Colombia vs Greece match live at 4 a.m. Namosi escaped with a narrow 14-7 win over Vatukola in the Skipper Cup competition. Winger Waisake Batikalo scored the opening try for Namosi and a penalty try was awarded against Vatukola for a collapsed scrum. The Gold Miners were also awarded a penalty try in the later stages of the second half. In other games played, Suva edged Tailevu, Neitasiri defeated Ovalau 24-8 and Nandi beat Tavua 29-12. Over 30 teams converged at Suva Point this morning for the BSP Business House Regatta competition. The event was hailed as a success and will be one of many avenues used by the Fiji Outrigger Regatta to attract new talent to the sport. Chalendo Dakadaka reports.
Despite the overcast conditions, paddlers turned up in numbers at the Suva Point foreshore. Competition distance was reduced to give first-timers a chance to familiarize themselves with the sport.
The distance that the paddlers are racing over is 250 meters. That's basically half of what we'd normally race in a club competition. But it gives them, gives the Business House Regatta, the Business House teams a chance to experience the level of competition that those of us who paddle regularly in the club events go through.
The competition also attracted newcomers to have a go in the water.
Delighted to see so many people out here. I think they got about 350 paddlers out here today. So with the families being around as well, it'll be a great day today, man.
The final day of the tournament will be held on the 28th of this month to determine the winners of the Business House Regatta. Chalendo Dakavak, FBC Sports.
Occasional showers were experienced over Kandavu, Lau and Lomaiviti groups and the eastern and interior parts of the larger islands today. Fine weather prevailed elsewhere. A frontal system lies slow moving over New Caledonia and extends eastwards over Fiji. Labasa was the only area to hit the 30s today. All other centres were in the high 20s, Suva a low of 26 degrees. Sunday will bring fine conditions across most of the Fiji group, except for Savu-Savu, which will see showers for most of the day. As for the outlook for Monday, fine apart from brief showers over the interior and eastern parts of the larger islands. It will be cool at night. Before we leave our main stories once again, Fiji Sugar Corporation workers are to receive a 5% pay rise backdated to January. SEDELPA has announced the names of 46 aspiring candidates in the September election. An immigration department to send teams overseas to renew passports and process dual citizenship applications. On to our poll question. This week we asked, do you think Fiji rugby teams need to better their scrums? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News. Or if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or hashtag FBC News. That's news for tonight. The team and I will be back tomorrow evening. Until then, stay safe. Ni mo demanda.